Okay, so this part of the question differs slightly from what we did in class today, just because when we do problem-solving questions or extended problem-solving questions, quite often they'll do it as a bit of a story. So here we've got the baker has chosen to change suppliers, and that the supplier only sells bags in the weight of 5 kilograms for both the sugar and the flour. We're asked how many cupcakes each bag of flour or each bag of sugar would make. Now we're going to deal with these as two separate entities. So we're going to have sugar on one part and flour on the other. Now, the other thing that we need to do is we need to rewrite our ratios so that we know that we're working with the same ones. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that I highlight what I'm being asked to find. And I'm going to do that in a different color because they are different variables. The last thing I'm going to highlight is the weight that we have to start with. Now, what makes the weight in this instance important is that it's written in kilograms, and our ratio from the previous question was in grams. So we're going to need to change it into grams. To do that, we multiply by 1,000. Interestingly enough, we can write this as a ratio in itself. So 5 kilograms is the same, or it works out to have a ratio of 5,000 grams. So we write out our ratios. 12 cupcakes can be made from 100 grams of sugar. 12 cupcakes can be made from 180 grams of flour. We're going to deal with the sugar first. Now I know that I'm going to have 5,000 grams of sugar, but I don't know how many cupcakes that will make. So what I do is I have to divide the 5,000 by 100, which gives me 50. Now, some of you will remember that when you do that, you can just cross out a couple of zeros. So the matching number of zeros above and below the line gives us our answer. You can also just use your calculator for this problem. So, to change from 100 grams to 5,000 grams, we have to multiply by 50. We need to do the same thing to the other side now, which means we're going to multiply our 12 by 50. Now I know that 5 times 12 is 60, and I just add another 0 to it, so it gives me 600 cupcakes. So C is equal to 600 cupcakes. Given this problem is a worded problem, we need to make sure we answer it as such. So 1 bag of sugar will make 600 cupcakes. We then move on to the flour. So this one's not going to be quite so easy. Again, we want to know our number of cupcakes, and we know that we have 5,000 grams of flour. What makes this a little bit more challenging is it isn't going to be so easy to simplify. We can get rid of 1 0, but it really doesn't change what we need to do. So we take our calculator and we divide 500 by 18, or 5,000 by 118, and it gives us 27.78, or more accurately 7 reoccurring. Okay, so we take that number and we multiply the 12 by it, and again we can't do that as easily as we did before, so we just use our calculator, and our calculator gives us the value C equals 333.33. So we write our 1 bag of flour makes 333 cupcakes. Now you might say, well, hang on a minute, what happened to the 0.33? Cupcakes are kind of like humans and you can't make part of one. So in this instance, you would just use less flour and you'd have a little bit of flour left over and only make the 333. You are only in year 8 though, so if you did put your answer as being 1 bag of flour makes 333.33 cupcakes, then you would still get full marks, assuming of course you have shown some working out. The last part that we've got here, and I'm not going to solve it, is from this question, buying the same number of bags of flour and sugar wouldn't be a good idea because you're not going to have a balanced amount of ingredients left over or used as such. So you would then, if you wanted to put it as a true real world problem, what do you need to buy in order to minimize the leftover? Now I'm going to leave this one, and if you would like to solve it and show me your solutions, I'm more than happy to have a look at them.